Well, hello there, Sag. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your mid-May reading, so let's jump into it. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. Value and courage. Take action with passion, and flamingo spirit. Embrace the in-between. Okay, so this is a little bit of an energy where you may want to move forward in a new chapter, whether that's career, relationship, life in general, whatever. But it's kind of like you're stuck. This is the energy of being in between one chapter and another chapter, right? So it could be in between one job or one position at your work and another. It could be you having a career and then going out and starting your own business. It could be ending one relationship and starting a new one. Now, I feel like, unfortunately, Sag, you've been in this energy for some time. Okay, so it's kind of like something maybe ended a while ago, but the new hasn't yet come in. So you ended a relationship, but a new relationship hasn't come in yet. Or you may have quit a job, okay, and the new job hasn't come in. Or you've made some change in your life and yet, or want to make some change in your life, and yet an opportunity hasn't come onto your path. So you're kind of like in this energy of being between two worlds. And it can be a difficult energy because the problem is that when we're in between two worlds, we really don't have a focus, or we feel like what we're wanting can't come in for us. And so this is the energy that you're having, is that it's time to take a little bit of valiant courage. It's time to take action towards what it is you would like to have come into your life. And it doesn't mean that has to be the exact thing that you're wanting to come into your life. But it's kind of like if you ended a relationship and you've been single for some time, right? And you're kind of like, well, there hasn't been anybody new coming in. It's about changing it up. Like if you're trying to date, it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and I'm going to start dating different kinds of people or in different areas, right? If you've only been online dating, it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to now start putting more effort into joining clubs or go to some community activities to try to meet people in person, right? It's understanding that at this time, if you're feeling stuck, if you're resonating with this, it's kind of like understanding that spirit is saying, can you allow yourself to get out of your comfort zone? Because sometimes when we get into this energy, we get just kind of stuck there a little bit because we get deflated. Our energy gets deflated because we're like, well, the new isn't coming in, right? So I'm just going to sit here and wait, and then nothing happens. So they're just saying it's time to take a little bit of action. Let the universe know that you're really serious about moving forward in your life in one sector or another. Okay, so let's go to the tarot. Let's get some more details. We're going to look at your present energy, your main obstacle at this time, and then advice from Spirit about how you can move forward, how you can move in towards getting what it is that you truly want, manifesting it, allowing it to come in. Because I feel like there is this energy where it's coming in. You have the Ten of Cups on the bottom. You have the flamingo spirit again, this in-between. Both of these are about in-between. Leaving some darker chapter of your life, going towards the sun of a new chapter, but kind of being stuck. But it's about a little bit about being peaceful about where you are. Sometimes when we're in this energy, we also have this sense of wanting to return to something, right? It's kind of like, well, I'll just backpedal because it's kind of like I don't feel like I can move forward. But it's about having peace about where you are, knowing you're on the right direction, know that you're going towards what it is, and then also having the courage to take those baby steps, even on a daily basis, showing up for yourself and what it is that you want out of life. This is the Ten of Cups. What does that Ten of Cups life look like to you? Who are you in that 10 of Cups life, right? What are the things in your life? What are you doing on a daily basis? Who are you spending time with? Like really allowing your energy, your emotions to go to that and not worry so much about, well, how's it going to come in? Or I've been waiting so long, right? When we're focusing on that we only manifest more of that. I think they're really asking you, really allow your energy to go towards what it is that you want, because look, King of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. You've had to have a lot of patience having this come in. But the truth is that what is it that you really and truly want? I feel like some of you are wavering. Perhaps part of this transition, especially if it's been a long one, is a process of really learning what your 10 of Cups looks like. What is it that you want for yourself long term? Right? And then allowing yourself to get inspired, passionate, stepping into your truth and going towards it. Yeah, I have to admit, it's kind of like, I feel like I've kind of gone through almost like a 7-year cycle of really processing, of leaving one chapter and going towards a new one. But it's taken, I'll have to admit, 7 years is a long time, right? But it's kind of like taken me that long to figure out what it is that I really and truly want, because we have to allow ourselves to be unbrainwashed, unconditioned to believe certain things, right? It's kind of like we have to go through that process of clearing out all of that before we can really step into the energy of figuring out what it is that we want. We clear out a bunch, then we sit with kind of what we're left with, and we have to then process the direction that we're wanting to go in. That is a messy process. And for some of you, if this has taken a long time, maybe it's taken, we have the 4 of Wands here, maybe it's taken 4 to 10 years, okay? Spirit is acknowledging you've had to have a lot of patience. And Sag, you're not a very patient person, right? I mean, I'm a Gemini sun, so we're opposites, right? We both have this energy of, I want it and I want it today. And Spirit is saying, yeah, but this is a long process. It's okay. Enjoy the process, but also continue to taking those steps on a daily basis towards what it is that you want. And before you can take those steps, you have to figure out what is it that you really and truly want. Not what you have been conditioned to believe that you want, but what it is that you really and truly want for yourself. So let's take a look at your present energy. Yeah, look, okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? It's kind of like getting back to what, look, she has her hands over her heart, right? What does your heart truly desire? Not what you learned, and look, you got children here, not what you learned as a child to want, but what is it that you really and truly want, right? And we have a star. It's kind of like allowing yourself to heal some of that brainwashing, that conditioned believing of certain people, situations that you're supposed to want in your life, and allowing you to listen to your own heart about where it is that you want to go. This is a long process. This is, I always say it's, like 90-minute rom-com movies, right? Really kind of like lead us to believe that at the beginning of the movie, the heroine goes through some tower moment, and by the end of 90 minutes, she's in love with the new partner and they're riding off into the sunset, right? Now, I love rom-com, so I'm not, but it's kind of like, it takes a lot more than 90 minutes to get your life where it is that you really want to be and to figure out what it is that you want, right? So don't allow yourself to fall into the mindset of thinking I should already be there. I'm kind of laughing because I actually said that to myself this morning. Like, why am I not farther along, right? And it's kind of like almost then as soon as I said it, I was like, but it's a process. It is a process of figuring out where you want to live, who you want to spend time with, what you want to do in this new chapter, and allowing yourself to sit with that and get good with it, and to take courage to take steps to learning what that is, right? Perhaps it is starting to date a lot of different kinds of people to figure out, well, wait a minute, I always thought I wanted this type of person, but maybe I need to have a little bit more courage and allow myself to kind of like date other people and then come back. How is that resonating with me, right? Trying on different roles and trying on different hats and figuring out what it is that you truly want for yourself. Because your obstacle right now is that, yeah, you're looking out at the horizon. When is it coming in? Well, the grass is greener on the other side, right? It's so true. We kind of like are always thinking that there's something else out there that's going to bring us the happiness, the joy that we want. And when it doesn't show up, then we fall into this energy of feeling like I'll never have it. I'll never be happy. I'll never get what it is that I want. And it's because we get stuck up in our heads. Our ego is telling us, yes, look at everybody else, especially if you're on social media. Look at everybody else. They have what they want, right? Everybody else is happy, but you, right? And it's understanding that you're allowing your ego, your fears, that's where a fear resides in our ego, to drive your decisions. It's kind of like having the courage to say, okay, your ego is all of those conditioned beliefs that you've been trained to believe, right? It's kind of like, that is not what your heart truly desires. It's having the courage to put down the fears, put down the conditioned beliefs, and start listening to your heart, listening to the emotions of where it is that you really and truly want to go. Because your advice here is, honoring. It is a little bit of understanding that you're having this own internal conflict with yourself about what it is that you want and what you want to put out into the world. For some of you, this is a career change that you have been wanting to make that's more in alignment with your spiritual path, with your life purpose. And yet at the same time, perhaps struggling with that idea of, can I be financially stable if I go in that direction, right? What will my family think if I start a spiritual business instead of having the corporate job, right? What will my friends say if I say I want to move out to the country instead of living in an urban area? It's understanding that you're concerned about how you may compete in a new world, okay? Or what others may think if you're moving into something that is completely different than what you have lived in the past. Because I feel like you're not going from one chapter to another that is somewhat similar. You're making a big change, or your soul is calling you to make a big change in your life. And when we're making those big changes, that is when that transition is the hardest, because we're really having to shed some of those old habits and beliefs, mindsets of the past, and allow ourselves to embrace, to have the courage to go towards new ideas, new beliefs, new mindsets. Yeah, beautiful energy. And I feel like Sag, we have Jupiter transiting next May 25th. So it's coming up in about another week or so. This is a big transit, where you're understanding that where Jupiter is the planet of luck, where luck is, you can look at your birth chart where luck is in your birth chart. I mean, where Jupiter may be in your birth chart, what house. And it's kind of like understanding that is an energy you can work with at this time, where luck will be on your side, whether that's career, home, relationships, yourself, right? It's kind of like allowing yourself to embrace that energy and take courage in especially that sector. Really powerful, because I feel like if you allow yourself to make this little bit of a push, allow yourself to have a little courage to step out of your comfort zone in whatever sector you're working in, or perhaps Jupiter is in, you're going to see a huge change, something that brings in a lot more balance and is more in alignment with what your heart truly desires. Wow, powerful. All right, Sag, let's pull a soul truth card for you. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right, let's see. To where does my soul want to travel? Yes. What path does your soul want to take? This is you deciding that you're going to put down all of the conditioned beliefs or the worries, the concerns, what other people will say, or will this path work out for you? You're willing to take those steps to move closer to what your soul, your heart is calling you to do. When we travel, we grow. We open up our little worlds to more adventure, thrills, patience, understanding, trust, and oneness. Our hearts and minds expand and our desires are satisfied. Where is your soul calling you to go? Yeah. And, I'm going to say this is a little bit about like traveling, right? But it is about having the courage to try on different roles, right? Or if like you're dating different types of people, right? If it's kind of like you're thinking about changing your hair or your clothes, going and trying on different stuff, right? Is just really, I know this one time I was thinking about changing my hair and I actually went to a wig shop and I just tried on some different wigs, right? It was kind of like, well, what hairstyle would I want? And it's that energy of allowing yourself to try different things, to have the courage to say, well, I want to try it on and see how my heart reacts to it, right? What emotions, what feelings am I getting? Do I like this or do I not? And giving it a good go, not just, trying it on and say, ooh, yuck, sometimes we do that, but it's kind of like really allowing yourself to sit with it for a little bit, right? How do I feel in whatever this new scenario is that I'm putting myself in? And it's a beautiful energy of really understanding that you're kind of going through a process of really discerning what it is that you truly want for yourself and not being quite so concerned about what other people may say or how it may play out in different sectors of your life. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it there. I love you so much. Thank you so much for all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.